are quite good. Attack warning.
Is it for real?
Attack warning. It's for bloody real.
Live from Colorado Springs, the Drop Culture Podcast.
Want to confirm, is this an exercise? Roger, copy. This is not an exercise.
Come on, quick, get down! 1, 2, 3!
Welcome, everybody, to the Dropped Culture Podcast. This is that podcast where we pick up that piece of pop culture you forgot about or missed, shine it up real nice, and cram it in your ear holes. I'm Dan.
And my name is Brock.
And Brock, we are doing a little movie about some AI. What's that make? When I say, hey, we're going to do a movie about AI, what do you think of?
Well, of course, the obvious one is 2001.
Sure.
Terminator.
Okay.
Not Johnny Mnemonic. But those are the two big ones. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would really say, yeah.
Yeah, well, we're not doing any of those. What we're doing is Colossus, the Forbin project from 1971.
For like a week, I thought it was the Forbidden Project.
I know, because you kept saying that, and I'm like, no, it's the Forbin project.
Well, when you look at it, you automatically place that.
Yeah, 100%.
And just, and reading for fucking, 42 years now of my life, I'm kind of like bored with it. And I'm
Your brain just automatically reacts to certain letters being in the order.
Yeah, you see it and you're like, yep, that's what it is. Don't have to read it. That's speed reading. You just get that and you're like, maybe that's what you train your brain to do. I don't know.
Sure.
But really thinking it was the Forbidden Project the whole time. I was like, what the fuck?
Maybe should have been the Forbidden Project.
It made sense.
It does.
And then when it
100%.
popped up with the Forbin, I was like, it makes even better sense. But yes.
So real quick, had you ever heard of this movie before we suggested this episode?
Never.
Okay.
I know I saw it when I was researching Eric Braeden for Escape from the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
But I didn't know what it was.
Okay.
And I didn't read into it and be like, oh, what's that? Nah, just whoops.
Well, I mean, when those lists are really long, you're going to just pick one?
Well, you pick the highlights, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I try to do on these. As I go through them and I'm like, what's a highlight that would be relatable?
Sure.
A lot of people would know, and it's like, oh, okay, well, this guy from this. Yes.
Well, I thought that with all of the talk of AI that's out in the world right now, this is one of the earliest movies about AI, especially terrestrial AI. Obviously, 2001 came out before this, but that was in a far-flung future, of 2001.
Right. Yeah. Whoa.
This takes place in 1970.
Mm-hmm.
Or 71,
It was almost, I don't know. It didn't seem dated in a way.
Yeah, well, the technology stayed with where it was, right? Right. It kind of felt like it was still the 70s, you didn't feel, but you're right. It didn't feel dated in a way. And we're going to get more into that.
Right.
So I'll tell you real quick, my background with this movie. It's my senior year of high school. I was in Woodson, Illinois, which is about 500 people, and everybody went to school in Jacksonville, and I only lived there for a summer and then, part of a school year. So we all skipped school, and we drank coffee and smoked left-handed cigarettes and regular cigarettes, and this movie popped on. It was either on WGN or the Superstation or something, and I just remember 5 dudes sitting around watching this.
Yeah.
And we were like, this is amazing.
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
This is really not amazing, groundbreaking. It would have been for the time, don't get me wrong. But it was well acted. It was well put together.
Yeah. There's not a lot of waste in it.
No.
For a movie that you could have extended to a 3-4 hour movie or something like that. This one wasn't wasted.
No,
and
was
there
it an hour and 40 minutes, I think?
Yeah, hour 41, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally, like, it doesn't seem like you waste a lot of time in there.
No.
It's one thing to the next. It keeps your attention. I know that goes with the editing, things like that. But at the same time, it was well put together, like you said, 100%. And to see that like that would have been like, holy shit.
So I thought what we might do today, a little bit like what we did with the Philadelphia experiment, is I'd like to talk a little bit about the movie, of course. That's the big part. But afterwards, I'd like to talk a little bit about what's going on with AI today and what your thoughts are on it, and what my thoughts are on it.
Cool.
So you guys can stick around to the end if you want to hear some non-movie related AI stuff. How about that?
Yeah, that'll be at the very end.
Yeesh.
Or we could do it at any time.
Yeah, you never know with us.
It might just pop up right in the middle of fucking the
It might
plot.
be right now. But you never know. I think when we did Philadelphia experiment, we were like, okay, well, we'll do that at the end. And then like right at the beginning, we were like, we better tell people what the Philadelphia experiment was.
Right.
But this isn't that way. So I
Yeah.
feel like we'll
Yeah.
be fine to talk about that at the end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what is the basis of the movie?
Sure. So there's a project that the United States government's been working on, and it is their defense system, which is a supercomputer, basically, housed in, they don't say it, but Cheyenne Mountain. And they do mention NORAD, I believe, in there at one point or another.
Well, this is kind of, from what I read, was loosely based on NORAD.
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
that they was all connected.
Right.
Like that defense system.
So the supercomputer's there, but they're running it from California, from their base of operations, because, well, there's measures.
Yeah.
Nobody can mess with this computer.
That's where the main computer lies. That's where
Right.
all the data banks are. And then I think there's another separate one that has data banks too. But it's like that one in Cheyenne Mountain is the one.
Right, right. So where they're at in California is really just an interface to that computer.
Right. It's an
And so
extension.
basically we get to see what happens from the moment it really comes online
Yeah.
and then what happens after that.
Yes.
So yeah, I would say that's the basis of this movie.
And that's a one hell of a way to look at it too, because I had never seen it. And I told you I'd never seen it, don't know anything about it, have no fucking clue what this movie's about.
Right.
Put it on and was like, oh shit, this is actually fucking pretty clever, man. The only thing was the constant typing sounds.
Uh-huh.
I didn't mind it.
Right.
But my wife's sleeping next to me and it's
yeah.
like she's like, what the fuck is that sound? She hadn't slept the night before and she was just like, I'm going fucking downstairs. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna watch this movie. It's pretty cool. But no. That's pretty cool. You know, I mean, to really think about that they were doing this in 1970, even though we had 2001, which 2001 for AI was in this fucking space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't on the ground.
And that's what I was saying. Like, this is more terrestrial. This is more like from the building up to, right? Where 2001 is more in a far-flung future, especially at that time. Because that movie came out in 1968. And they're already in space, so there had already been AI and supercomputers and all that before all of this, right?
Right.
So we get into a whole different style of movie. Pardon me. We get into a whole different style of movie with this, which I think is what I enjoy the most about it, because this is from the creation of this supercomputer, and let's just move forward from once it gets online.
Yeah.
To where Hal had been there.
Yeah.
For, the entire movie.
And how like glitched out, in a certain way.
Cosmic rays.
Yeah. Just like it is unexplainable. And it's unexplainable how Colossus, gets his trip. There's a couple of parts that would point to it. And I think I know where it really happened.
Sure.
And it makes sense. But then also this movie, like I was telling you, this is how you make a James Bond villain, inadvertently. But if he knew, I mean, he's better than fucking, Goldmember. You know what I mean? For real. He's smart as shit.
Goldfinger?
Yeah. No, I'm thinking Goldmember.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
That's a keeper. No. I mean, I just thinking about it, and he's got this fucking fortress, and then pretty soon he's going to be able to take over the White House Situation Room and fucking their multi-world,
Right.
And they're looking to get off the world, and this thing knows that it can run us better.
Right.
And that's what's kind of going on right now. So that kind of points to that too.
Yeah.
But that's so crazy that these people still input codes and, run this file, run that file. But the thing was fucking so massive, you could not even imagine. And now imagine if they had a supercomputer now that was that fucking big.
Oh, jeez.
The planet would probably do a fucking light speed jump. God knows.
It's funny. I worked in the as you did. I've worked in the telecommunications industry for a long time, and I always joke with people. I'm like, yeah, that phone in your pocket could have ran our whole space program in 1972.
That's true.
And that's a fact.
Yeah. It was a Nokia phone, wasn't it? Some shit like that. It's like Nokia Flip. The one everybody wanted.
But I love this because it starts out with the circuit boards in the background.
Yeah.
You get to see the old school computer tape with the dots knocked out of it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, how cool, because that's really how computers were back in the
magnetic tape
60s.
going. Yeah. And yeah, it was all because the biggest, they're like the size of refrigerators, right? Like a CPU unit.
If you're lucky. I mean, some of them were much bigger than that.
And then they would have multiples. And that kind of started too. When you go back to the, that's something. But it's really, really colossal. That is the best way to put it, because it is such a big idea.
Absolutely.
And it's a big, I mean, the implications for something like that to go on. I mean, new languages, new fucking ways of communication, new everything solved in 1 or 2 seconds. That's what this thing was supposed to do, because it had its own kind of defense system.
Yeah, and I do want to get into like its original parameters and why it was made. But before we get into the movie, do we want to get into the players at all?
Yes, 100%. Let's do that. Now, this was directed by Joseph Sargent. Sounds familiar. The only connection that I could find was White Lightning from our last movie. Somebody was in White Lightning, so I guess it was a moonshine.
And I was wrong. It was 1970, not 1971.
Oh,
April 8th. Yeah.
There's a movie that I have circled here. It's called Day One. So this one was actually another apocalyptic movie.
Okay.
Like a bomb. So I want to look into it. Kind of look at that shit. He did a movie called Street Fighter in 1958 too. So honestly, not really prolific when it comes down to it, but he was competent and did right with this movie. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You couldn't have gave Roger Corman this fucking story and it turned out this good,
No.
Even though Corman, can use sticks and stones to make a movie, but so the screenplay was by James Bridges. He wrote a lot of different screenplays, but The China Syndrome was the one that kind of stuck out.
Sure.
It was based on a book by D.F. Jones. Now, this guy was reportedly... I didn't really read too much. He had said he was a commander in the Royal Navy.
Okay.
During World War II or something like that. But that's not our only military dude on this one.
Right.
Of course, D.O.P. I thought this one was really cool because this dude that actually did it has worked on so many fucking movies that are great, but they're simple movies. They're the ones that you remember because they don't waste space when it comes to it. And especially with a story like these, right? You don't need to be so insular, but you don't need to be so far back.
Right.
You show the action around the whole room, and you have focal point. It's really cool, right? Gene Polito, and he did Westworld.
Yeah.
Up in Smoke.
Yeah.
He did a lot of shit, man, and which is really cool. Then we'll start the actors with Colossus, right? This dude that played his voice that comes along was on the War of the Worlds movie.
Okay.
He did voices on The Hobbit, Space Ghost.
Space Ghost.
He was in The Manchurian Candidate. I love that one.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah. Some Like It Hot.
But some sweat when the heat is on.
Mm-hmm.
Some feel the heat and then they can't go on.
I just want to learn how to play that. He voiced the Thing on the Fantastic Four cartoon back in the day.
Okay.
And this is the one that surprised the holy living shit out of me, that this guy actually was the actor, I think. Doc Savage, the Man in Bronze.
Really?
There's a TV show or a movie or something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I mean, this would have been well after the serials, I would have thought.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. Yeah.
It was in color.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I was like, what the, who did Doc Savage? What?
Hold on for a new episode
Yes.
down the road.
We got to find that shit big time. Because that was when I was like, wow.
Yeah, for sure.
So, again, this guy, the principal actor, Eric Braeden, German-born, comes over to conquer America, which he did. He plays the main doctor. He's the one that creates Colossus.
He is Dr. Charles A. Forbin.
Right. So that's
Of
why
the Clan Forbin.
Of the Clan Forbin and the Forbin Project.
So here's really quick. They had already had Charlton Heston and Gregory Peck in mind for this role. But I think it was Stanley Chase who insisted that Eric Braeden plays it, you know?
Because he'd been doing movies like or Escape,
Right.
You know, from the Planet of the Apes, and he looks exactly the same in this. So it's just they kind of picked him for a character doctor actor in a way in those movies. And
you
they're
look like a
fiction.
smart guy.
Yeah. Oh, and you speak really nice.
Yes. You enunciate well.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. I mean, Days of Our Life. No, what was it?
I believe it was Young and the Restless.
Young and the Restless. Everybody knows him. So, and we've talked ad nauseum about him on the other one.
Yes, he was Victor.
Yes. So next we have Susan Clark. She was Dr. Cleo Markham. She is a love interest of his, but not really. She's somebody that knows the system just as well as he does.
She is a peer of his, you know, that works with him on this later on,
right,
to become some more than that.
And then she works with one of the most adorable little kids in the world, Webster.
That's right.
Webster's mom. And she was on Porky's. And then this one I thought was interesting, the Apple Dumpling Gang. You know that one.
Of course, with Don Knotts.
Don Knotts, right? Yeah.
It's a Disney movie.
Yeah. It's always one of those that everybody remembers. I don't know why.
I think it was one of those movies that was on the Disney Channel way back in the day. Like they would play their own movies, like before they started making original programming. Really,
one of the
other
first
than like
ones,
Kids
yeah.
Incorporated.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. Kids Incorporated,
KIDS, which also brought us Martika. Here, this is weird. Going off on a tangent for a minute. Kids Incorporated brought us Martika, who wrote did the song Toy Soldiers in the 80s. Toy Soldiers, step by step. Which Eminem actually used that music to make his Toy Soldier song. So there you go. Disney is responsible for Eminem.
There you go. It's connected. Thanks, Don Knotts.
Yeah, Don Knotts did everything.
So then the president. The president is, of course, modeled after the only president for the movies, John F. Kennedy. Totally. I mean, even
very much a JFK.
100%. It doesn't have the accent, but yet, he's got the look. It's got that presidential JFK look, you know?
I think that it's good that he didn't have the accent, so they weren't trying to portray JFK. But what they did make is a younger, and his non-accent was very just American.
Right.
You know?
And you notice they didn't say anything about Vietnam.
No.
Holy shit. I never really realized. So if they didn't say anything about Vietnam, that means that in this world, Kennedy lived, huh?
Maybe, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And he might have been...
Or their version of Kennedy.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the president's name was. I don't know if they ever really said it.
Yeah. Gordon... No. No. He's just the president.
Mr. President.
He was on Blackula.
Yes.
Kicks ass. And then also a little show you might know from Canada called The Red Green Show.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Of course.
I saw that because he did a lot of... he's big time Canadian actor. Canadian TV, things like that. Then you got the CIA director, Gruber, right? Mm-hmm. William Schallert. This dude...
That guy's in everything.
You know him. He's always like the nice guy. I think he was like a Pepperidge Farms dude or something.
He was like a dad on like a show, I believe. Yeah. Like he's that guy.
He was in Inner Space. He was a doctor. Yeah. One of the doctors in Inner Space. Yep. In the Heat of the Night. He was like something. Star Trek. And you know why? Which episode of Star Trek he was on?
No.
The Trouble with Triples.
Hey, I know that episode.
Well, this is it. And he said that was like one of his favorite things he ever did.
Really?
Yeah, this was the most proudest.
I just had a conversation at a comic book store the other day about Star Trek. They had all these Star Trek. They're like, oh, are you into Star Trek? And I'm like, I'm a little more... Star Trek sounds cool, but you know what sounds cooler? Star Wars. Sounds more exciting to me.
That sounds meaner. They kind of came after you.
Star Trek sounds like a long story.
Yeah, it's like the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, the Oregon Trail of space. Oh, they all died of dysentery.
Holy shit! That is. They all died by Klingons or some shit, Ferengis.
They all died from tribbles.
That would be. You just hop on the ship and it's like doot 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 doot.
Pretty soon you can't breathe because all the oxygen is being suffocated out of you. Perfect. Death by tribble.
Death by tribble. Yeah. Like the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah.
So then the Russian chairman, which you don't really get to see him up close, I don't think.
No, he's just on the TV.
Yeah. Leonid Rostov didn't really do anything afterwards. George Stafford Brown, he was Dr. Fisher. He has glasses, which everybody does, but he was on Stir Crazy, Bullet, and House Party 2.
Oh, the Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah,
yes.
better than House Party 2 and House Party 3. Then there was another Star Trek alumni, Dr. Blake, played by William Sage. You got Dr. Kirpin, Alex Rodin. He was my Falcon Crest find.
Gotcha.
Because everybody else was in Falcon Crest, but this dude, I was like, he deserves it.
He deserves that Falcon Crest.
Then you got Firefox. Yeah. That was something, and I even wrote a note, Iron Eagle movies. Because remember how fucking machismo those were?
Oh, absolutely.
Man, I got to watch those. And
get a little Lou Gossett Jr. in
Yes, I know, right? And then what was the other one? Bat 21 with James Caan. No, it wasn't James Caan, was it?
No, it was was that
Oh shit,
Lex Luthor?
Yeah, Papa Doyle. Why can't I? Gene Hackman.
Yeah, Hackman. I was like, yeah, Lex Luthor. Yes. Who apparently will be played by Nicholas Hoult going forward. Who was my choice for Doctor Doom, by the way.
Nope.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
They're not going to make my Doom movie anyways.
No. One of these days.
Not the movie I want.
Yeah. You could make it in your head.
Oh, I already did. I did an episode on it.
Nice. I was there.
You were.
Last notable thing that this dude was on was JFK.
Okay.
JFK.
Back into the left.
JFK.
And then I know we're about to hit my guy.
Almost.
Oh, come on.
You got Martin E. Brooks.
That ain't my guy.
Angela Fields, Planet of the Apes TV show.
Angela Fields, was that Mrs. C?
No.
No.
That's Marion Ross.
No, I thought she played Angela.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Marion Ross played Angela Fields.
I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Martin E. Brooks, I didn't write what he did.
Oh, okay.
Sure,
okay.
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Mrs. Cunningham from Happy Days.
Yes, Mrs. C. She was on SpongeBob too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love SpongeBob. I
Yeah,
don't care
that's
what
fair.
anybody says. It's fucking hilarious. The old shit is.
That's all right. I like cartoons. That's just not one of my favorites.
Everybody knows Happy Days, though.
You should.
Maybe, Mrs.
Maybe
C.
they do.
I mean, we got Henry Winkler hanging up in here.
Yeah. The real reason Henry Winkler is in here, though, is because he's covering up John Travolta and his intense eyes that Mitch contributed to the studio.
The eyes that look through you.
Yeah, I'm like, no, that's too intense.
It's like, I don't want to stay alive.
Look at this
now.
guy. He's just happy.
Yeah, I know.
He's having a happy day.
Henry Winkler of the Winklers on 28th Street. It's fucking pretty awesome, though. Next, we have Dolph Sweet. He was the missile commander. You don't really get to see a lot of him. This dude is pretty interesting because he was a boxer, semi-pro football player. He got a master's degree from Columbia.
Oh.
Then he was in another little movie with a catch to Henry Winkler, The Wanderers.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought you were about to tell me like The Water Boy or something.
Was he on The Wanderers or The Lords of Flatbush? Lords of Flatbush. He might have been on both. Anyway.
Nobody else is going to know.
Yeah.
Check out those two movies. You might see that guy.
And he was also on Heaven Can Wait because we talked about that.
Yeah,
one.
we did.
Yeah.
I think that was from last week or last time's movie, the Philadelphia Experiment.
Right. Then
Makes sense around the same time.
Right. Lou Brown, he was Peterson. He was in Airport. A lot of these people were in Airport.
Yeah.
1975 or something. Whatever. I don't know.
Is that the movie where the plane comes through the air?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I've never seen it.
I think I have, actually. If that's the movie, I think I have. Like, not that I remember it, but I just remember it being on when I was a kid, you know.
It's Airport.
Oh, airports.
Oh, USA. No, sorry. Okay.
I feel like you're really burying the lead here.
I am. For a reason.
Baiting my breath here.
Yeah, for a reason.
Okay.
Got Robert Cornwaith. He was the first scientist. He was in The Thing from Another World.
Oh.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And our final entry.
David Lopan.
Yes, James Hong. He has been in everything. He was in. He's done over 600, probably 600 to 800 movies.
Yeah.
Voices for everything. Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Snotty.
Yep.
From Revenge of the Nerds Part 2. Wayne's World 2.
Yep.
I mean, Tank Girl. This dude is like, he is our childhood and adulthood wrapped up into fucking Lopan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I would say Lopan's probably his most iconic role or well known. But
That's
like,
the one
he's a guy
everybody knows.
that when you see him, you know him.
Yeah.
You know, like as soon as he popped up on this movie, I was like, I forgot he's in this movie. Oh my God.
Oh, and then like, every time you watch Revenge of the Nerds 2, you're like, Snotty, man.
Yeah.
Fucking rules. There's just everything that he has done has always been fucking cool.
Nice.
This one right here was just really quick. He has one speaking line, and I was like, damn, he nailed it. Apparently he got
Nailed it.
Apparently he got like his start. What was it? He was doing like some game show or something.
I
like
can
that.
see that.
Yeah, and
He's got that vibe.
He did some impersonations, and they were like, "Oh, you're pretty good," you know, because he was born in America, just like Egg Shin was, you know, and everybody thinks, or in Pat Morita,
yeah,
like,
everybody thinks Pat Morita came from Okinawa because they watched Karate Kid 2.
And he came from Pacoima,
Yeah,
the Valley.
you're right.
That's fucking awesome, though. But those are our principles in everything. The last person I want to mention on this, and this is a very understated part of any movie, unless done right, and you never notice it, and that's Edith Head did the costumes. She was a costume designer. Edith Head had been doing movies since fucking... She did the costume design for the very first Academy Award Best Picture, Wings.
Oh, okay.
She did silent films. She used to walk around with a pair of glasses, and she had these made to look. If she was looking out of her glasses, it looked just like a silent movie.
Oh, wow.
So she could see what it would look like on film before she actually made it or anything like that. So she changed everything, the way everything is done.
Do we know her physical dimensions?
She's small.
Is she really the place where like the Incredible suit lady came from?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, right?
That's why I fucking know it right
Yep.
there. Yeah, that's why I know it. See, I knew Edith Head from somewhere, and I was like, oh shit, that's why I watched the special features.
There you go.
But she did Butch Cassidy. This is a kind of a highlight rap sheet. She did Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, The Sons of Katie Elder, fucking Vertigo,
Okay.
Roman Holiday fashion movie,
Yeah.
A Place in the Sun, all right, Sunset fucking Boulevard, Wings. She had 35 Oscar nominations.
Wow.
It's fucking nuts.
Wow, I don't even have one. Oh wait, I don't make movies.
Yeah, oh my god, 35
That's amazing.
Oscars.
That's amazing.
That's fucking nuts. Just for a costume designer, you're like, what the fuck?
Hey,
But that's cool as
somebody's
shit.
got to do it and be awesome at it.
Right, and that's
know?
just the tip of the iceberg of what she's done. You know, so she was pretty much the one that dressed Hollywood. You know, and got these iconic superstars in these nice suits in the 60s, you know, and fucking like cool as shit. James Bond's shit.
Making everybody look cool.
And then working on Mr. Incredible suit. But those are pretty much everybody that I really wanted to mention. I mean, it's really looking at these people and seeing all the science fiction work that they did, Plus, another thing that I saw a lot of is most of these characters most of these people were born in July. No shit.
Really?
Yeah, like the director was born July 15th. There's like 2 or 3 other actors who were all born around the same time in July.
Wow, that's crazy.
Just like your mom.
That's just like you.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I wasn't making a joke or anything. I was just telling facts.
Yeah. Long-time listeners know Brock and my mom share a birthday.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, people.
That's why I call Brock Daddy.
Same birthday?
So, real quick, I do want to talk about, I don't know that we mentioned Michel Colombier, I believe is how you say it. He's a French composer that did the music for this. Yeah. But this guy has done the music for, like, this was early on in his career. New Jack City, The Golden Child.
Dude, I should have mentioned it.
Who's Harry Crumb? I mean, it gets crazy, like, all the way up to, like, how Stella got her groove back. So, I mean, that's pretty crazy.
This dude,
no. One of your favorite football movies of all time, The Program.
Ooh, Latimer. So bad.
Yeah, just thought I'd throw that in there. But other than that, I'd say we better get into this.
Plot. With the music, I do just want to touch on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quick, is how good it was the whole time and how it was well timed. And I don't know why I didn't say anything about that on this, because I noticed it.
Yeah, I did too.
I was like, oh, this actually is fucking a really good soundtrack. It kind of goes with it, and it intensifies when it needs to, and it fucking relaxes when it doesn't.
And it wasn't overbearing.
Right.
That's a lot of the 60s and 70s movies. That's like the thing that throws me off sometimes, where the music's like super overbearing. I'm like, why is that happening right now?
Well, it's still going on. I think when movies are made and they're bad, and they put in that fucking soundtrack that goes the whole way.
Yeah.
Tried to watch an new Eddie Murphy movie about Christmas yesterday. Same fucking thing. Got halfway through it and we couldn't hear him talking because the music was so fucking loud. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is just dumb.
Yeah.
This background music should be like nothing. Like this, when you need it.
Right.
There you go.
Absolutely.
But yeah, let's get into this movies.
So I think we start out with somebody pressing buttons. We don't really see any face, right? He's in a suit.
He's in like a clean suit.
Yeah.
You don't really know where he's at.
Yeah, we don't know anything.
We know that it's a computer or something electronic.
And we see the lights come on, and you can see like the levels. There's like 5 levels of computer hardware.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what that is. I don't know. My joke in my head immediately was like, I wonder how much RAM that has. Did they even know about RAM?
My RAM hurts. That's how it saved the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
It was just one of those rooms. It's
massive. So like it just like the lights come on, and then now you can see that he's inside this structure with all these levels of computer things. He hits a button. What's that button for?
He hits his danger radiation button.
His danger radiation button.
But he turns it on, right? He's this man, whoever it is, we don't really know who he is. We get a couple of glimpses of him, but he's turning on all of the systems one by one. And, the lights light up on one side, the lights light up on the other side. He goes across a fucking, like a cavern.
Yeah, it's got the cool walkway that goes across that, like, once he goes across it, it pulls out so, like, nobody else can get to that. Like,
it was
pretty secure.
Yeah, the penitent man can, pass.
Yes.
Only the penitent man. It really looks like that, and then it like the way
answer these 3 questions.
They even had safety rails,
yes,
which is fucking
smart. Folded in. I was like, are there really just probably guys on the other side of that fold that in and pull it back? You know what I mean? Which is 100% probably how they did it.
They're just cranking shit.
I don't even think it was a crank. It was too smooth. I think they were just pulling like this is the rate you pull at,
like how you pull a ramp out on the back of a U-Haul.
Yes. Unless you're me, and then you just yank that thing out.
It just watch it.
Just get out of the way.
But he gets across that little cavern. He shuts everything off, and then he hits his danger radiation button.
Danger radiation button.
Why would you put danger radiation on it?
I want that on there. I want a button myself that I could just hit and radiation.
Well, I guess whatever he turned on this fucking massive radiation surge in between there.
Right.
So you see him walk out, and they're at a fucking press conference.
Yeah, so like we see the big giant concrete steel door thing close behind him, right? And he takes off his stuff, and he's got a suit on underneath there, looking all fly, and it's Victor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Dr. Forbin.
Yeah, Dr. Forbin. I did read that this was an actual library that's in Northern California or Southern California or something that's actually built the way that, and that's the front door.
Oh, so the one that people keep showing up to later and they're looking over the thing? Okay, cool.
I think that is like a real place, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to fucking book, like, I don't know, a library in a cave?
Yeah. Well, especially if it's like a fallout shelter for books, I'm with it. You know, that makes sense. We should do that anyways.
Squeeze me?
Yeah.
Baking powder. So they're all congratulating themselves on this big monumental thing, and we don't really know what it is yet.
Right.
You know, and of course, you know, the doctor gets there, they say, "Oh, Mr. President, Mr. President." So you know it's official, big.
Right.
So he ends up, doesn't he go back to...
That's when the helicopter picks him up, right?
That he gets picked up. He takes the limo. Then they all end up in Washington.
Yes, that's right.
He shows up at the press conference where the president is basically telling everybody what they did.
That's right.
And that's fucked up too.
Yeah. Well, it's weird that the government would be that upfront about anything, which we'll get into a little later as this story progresses. Yeah. We get to see what really happens when something goes sideways.
I mean, how did nobody know? And I know they mentioned that it's the most top secret program of all time that's actually been working. And I'm thinking, fuck, if they really did that with our shit, holy crap.
Well, you think about, like, let's say this is 1970, right? And that's when the movie was released. So it's probably really like 1969, right?
Yeah.
And let's say this project took 10 years. What was the technology between 1959 and 1969? I feel like you could really box people out. You know what I mean? It's not like now.
No, and you would have been replacing shit as you go.
Right.
You know, by the time you got a new wing done, you'd have to go update the old one. And then you'd constantly be doing that shit if you wanted it to be right.
Right.
Unless you held everything about computers on your own.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And nobody else had access to any of that shit. Then you could do whatever the fuck you want.
But in 1969, who had access to computers?
Us, the
No,
Russians.
No, not even just us. Like you and I would not have access to computers back then.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, high-ranking.
Yeah, it's like very specialized at that point.
Corporations, all the shit is run by that. And at that point, too, that's kind of one of those, do you let a machine take over even though it can do better? And again, we'll hit on that. But that's why I was saying it was weird, is because they just did it. You know, they were like, all right,
here you go.
Yeah, we've already got this running.
So what they say is that they have basically a supercomputer called Colossus that runs all of the defense for the United States. And one of the things that Forbin says is that there is no emotion. Mm-hmm. There's only reasoning, which is exactly what he wanted. That's what he said.
Yep.
That's going to come into play later.
He describes it. Mm-hmm. So he ends up back in Washington, and I guess they're in like a situation room, not an Oval Office. No. They're just in a meeting place. Well, I guess it's a TV studio or some shit, because it looks like it.
Kind of does.
Fucking cool as shit, right? And it looks like they're a little bit more advanced in this movie too, because they have those CRT TVs that swivel on the desk. I've never seen anything like that myself.
No.
I've never seen it, even though that's a fiberglass thing that you put a TV on and a fucking pole on the other end that can swivel. But that still seems kind of different. And then they show him get up and he shows a video because the president stops. He says, "Hey, listen, everything's been going good because we started it this morning or some shit." It's like, hey, you can't say no now. We can't vote about it, you know. So they literally are getting to see this the first time. President has no idea really, how to describe it. And then the Dr. Forbin gets up, and he is, he's the eloquent talker. He's the one that can, talk circles around everybody if he needs to, what do you call it? Waste time. waste technology time. And especially if he's on TV, he's on there and he's like, okay, this is Colossus. We built this. We make no secrets where it's at. It's protected by a radiation field, impenetrable. And if somebody, the way the president said it is, if there's something wrong happen, the machine would act accordingly.
Right.
It would retaliate the right way. So they're saying that it wouldn't necessarily completely start a nuclear war if the whole freaking thing went off. This is more like they'd be like, holy shit, we got fired out. Let's figure this out before I get another command. So they have that built in.
Right.
But little did they know, in probably that 4 hours amount of time, by the time they got to lunch, this motherfucker got smart as shit. Because it's been on, they don't really show a lot of, where the headquarters are in California or whatnot. Yeah, because he's going back and forth to D.C. to California, to D.C. to California. Or maybe, I don't know. But, I mean,
he's on the go, that's for
all
sure.
the time. And there's no real, like, there's no, like, day 2, 7:14. There's no markers of time in this.
Right.
And I like to think about that in a way that it's like how the computer thinks there is no time.
Right.
They're just learning exponentially. And that's what happens with this. So they get up and they're celebrating. And the woman's like, hey, steal us an ashtray. What was up with that? That scene. What meaning did that have?
Well, maybe they just wanted something from the, president's office or whatever.
Never bring anything else.
No.
Never talk
No,
about it.
but he sure does take it, though.
He does. And he doesn't give it to her. He doesn't set it down. Maybe that was a cut scene or something.
Yeah.
But that tells you how much that he liked her.
Right.
Just right there. You're like, oh, he really
He was
likes
willing
her.
to steal this from the,
A White House
the president.
ashtray. You could steal an ashtray from the White House? Now you can't even smoke 50 yards in front of it.
Unless you're Willie Nelson.
Goddamn right. So, they're all standing around. The president's fucking drinking. All the people that aren't drinking just kind of just chattering around. Then all of a sudden, warn, there is another system.
Yeah.
And Colossus, the interface, there's 2 of them. There's the one in headquarters, and it comes out of the ceiling. And it's just kind of like a big square with a readout. So it almost kind of looks like, I'm trying to think of anything current. I was going to say something like Loki or something like that, but kind of it's a message board. It looks like you would see on the stock exchange.
Yeah. That's
like
what I was getting ready to say.
Very
So it's like
number-esque, yeah.
it's black with the red type.
Yeah, it's like so they have somebody that inputs commands, a really fast stenographer, because they couldn't regularly. Again, I thought about that. I was like, they had to use stenography or something and train it that language so it knows what you're inputting.
Right.
So they don't have to type in the President of the United States of America. Type that fast.
Wow. There's people who can. I'm not one of them.
But this was on a Smith Corona typewriter back in the fucking day. And it was plugged into it somehow.
I guarantee there's people that could do 120 words a minute on
yeah.
a Smith Corona. Back in the day.
Yeah.
And I'm not that guy.
I know.
I'm like I can do 26 on a computer.
I was just thinking, you know what? That's pretty cool. If they did use stenographers,
Sure,
it would have been a new interface. But you ask it this question, and monitors underneath it too, and your first thing is attention, just like any computer. It's attention, and you give it a code, right? So they see this thing fucking pop up, and they're like, "What does this mean?" So he calls back, to the people at the party that he just got done stealing an ashtray for. He's like, "Is this a joke?" I like how they really do keep it ambiguous that way. They're like, "Is this a joke?"
Yeah, and then they're like all partying because like the launch, right? They've been working on this for a long time, so
yeah.
like they start singing, and he's like, "Shut up."
They lived through the 60s working on a fucking computer.
Exactly.
They wanted to let loose.
For sure.
Like, finally, we missed all the good drugs. Mr. Hendrix. So all of a sudden they're like, whatever, that's impossible. Dude walks in and is like, yo, there's a thing on the screen. It says there's another system. Holy shit, right? So he's like, I'll be right there. They get there, or he gets there and he's like, okay, run all of this shit. But before he even leaves, he's still talking to his people like, hey, check this, check that, you know, check all of their redundancies.
Right.
And the president gets on the phone with somebody. So he's on a red phone, right? He's on the White House phone, and he's like, oh, okay.
Right.
Right? And he puts it down, and he's like, okay, the Russians were making a computer brain exactly like ours that went online exactly at the same time.
Right. I don't think he says that it went on at exactly the same time.
It was scheduled to go on or something like that.
Right.
But I think it was turned on around the same time. But see, that's why I think it's kind of like...
I think that you're inferring
Yes.
that
But it makes
Forbin
sense,
is a
right?
villain, like a super
Yeah.
Bond villain.
Yeah.
And I could see where you would think that if you were going into it with that mindset, but I do not think. I think from the conversation we get at the end that we know that it's not necessarily something that he planned.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of in awe with it. And what is he... They check the computer capacity or some shit like that. They run a program to see how fast it would go. And she's like, it takes like 1144 computer seconds. I'm like, what the fuck is that, right? And then it comes back and it's like 5.4 something second. He's like, what the hell?
Yeah, this thing's like already learning.
Right.
Yeah.
And he tells the president too. He's like, hey, this fucking thing is learning.
It's already
You know?
4 times faster than it was, or
Yeah.
something like that. He says to him,
I don't want to stop it.
right?
You know, and that's the whole thing. The whole time, you know, they could stop it and kind of analyze whatever data, but it would take them 20 years to analyze that computer could analyze in 2 seconds.
Right.
So yeah, I can see.
Which kind of ties into like why people use ChatGPT and all those
Right.
things, right? Oh no, I can do this in seconds.
And you rely on it, and they were relying on it for everything. But then also he was like, because he's the ultimate scientist, you know,
Right.
he's like, let's see what fucking happens in this motherfucker, right?
Well, and I think this is where we get the command. Like he's like, tells them how to go about setting up communications with it.
Yeah.
He's like, go through Andover, here, to give me communications. This is where it's at.
to Moscow.
And they're like you said, they're like, is that even a place? And like they had to call somebody and be
Yeah.
like,
Well-
what is this place?
Yeah,
And then, it's a real place. No,
Yeah.
that's a real thing.
Yeah, the CIA director was in there, and the whole time they're in that meeting, Dr. Forbin's like, Mr. President. And he's like, hold on, Mr. President. Hold on, for real.
You know, I'm
So-
still presiding
Yeah.
over this meeting,
So,
right?
Mr. President, I don't know what the CIA would have any reason to look into this. You're like, what the fuck? He's like, why don't we just ask the fucking computer? He's like, okay. So they do. And he's like, I want fucking communication. Set it up. Do this, do that.
And they
There's
deny
nothing
him.
wrong. Yeah, they're like, no, I don't think so. That's the smart thing to do.
Right.
Be like, no.
The smart thing to do would already have had a computer set up that was very minimal, and then connecting to that and say, "Oh, you're connected."
Yeah. There we go. Liars.
It's like a preschool computer.
Yeah, it's got Oregon Trail in it.
But they do, because he threatens them to, like, you will set up communications.
So, I mean, at first, you know, but really the catalyst for that is like at first they were like, we should do it. Both of the doctors are in agreement. The
Right.
Soviet scientist and the American scientist are kind of like, we shouldn't do this. This is not right.
Right.
Because their scientists are seeing the growth of something brand fucking new, a new consciousness
Right.
that's being created in real time in front of them.
Right.
And all they did was turn on the switch. You
Right.
know what I mean? So it's fucking exciting, but scary as fuck at the same time.
Sure.
So they let them connect, right? And they're like, "Holy shit!" Because he starts sending when he's
Start setting the multiplication tables to
right,
it
and then
first.
and it's all math. He's sending back and forth, and then
Like, he sends it to them, and by the time that we really get to see it, like, progress, because it's like a little bit of a time shift,
yeah,
now it's like calculus and things like that it's sending to it. But you see the readout from the Russian computer, and it's going much slower.
yes,
And like it's not as advanced as Colossus.
but it learns until they catch up.
right,
Because he sends Colossus sends enough data over there that really keeps him going, and it took him a long time to get that connection over to us. So then it's still slowly like building in that communication part of it, And then by the time they catch up, they're like, "Rrrt,"
Yep.
and they're in the same everything,
And now that's when they mention that they've created their own language,
which is the
binary code.
binary code.
So
It's
that's
on all the
weird
screen.
that that's their language.
Yeah.
And they couldn't figure that out.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Sure.
I
They didn't know. They were
guess
just
not.
like, here's a box of stuff. Like, put it together. Make a computer out of it. Sure.
And I think that's pretty much about the time that we find out that now they are unity.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because that's after the next incident.
Oh, yeah.
Once they get up and they're talking to each other, and then all of a sudden they're all freaking out
Right.
about the state secrets and all this other shit like that. Even the president at the beginning is like, "This is our first step into no war."
Right.
Okay, but
I need a shield around the world.
yeah, exactly.
SRJD.
Yes. So, it's like, I don't know. It's they knew it was
A
going to
suit
happen.
of armor around the world. That's what he said.
Oh yeah, that's right. Where were we at?
So this is before. Yeah.
They sever the communication.
Right.
They go
cut it.
through it. They don't want to do they don't want to sever anything. The doctors don't. And they're like, "This is a bad idea." So they fucking do it. Colossus freaks the fuck out.
And he says, reestablish communications. And they say, no. And then he's like, I will. He says there'll be
Be action taken.
action taken. What's that action, Brock?
It's a fucking nuclear bomb. He launches a nuclear bomb.
A nuclear missile from one of the
Yeah.
U.S.'s submarines, I believe it
Yeah,
was.
it was a submarine
Yeah.
headed towards or in the region
Right.
at that point.
Yeah.
And it was headed towards a oil refinery in Russia.
Right.
They don't even know where it was at, anything like that.
Right.
But it just picked that target, and there was like, what did they say, 4,000, 5,000 people there or something like that? Because the missile goes, and they're like, wait a minute, holy shit, we need to give them back the...
Hold on.
Hook them back up. Do it. And then all of a sudden, Guardian launches one.
Right.
So one's coming straight at them, and they're like, holy shit.
Right.
And he's
Guardian being the Russian.
Yeah, Guardian's the Russian one. So you got Guardian, he's the Ruski.
The Red Guardian.
Yes, exactly. And then you got fucking Colossus.
Yeah.
So he just wants to communicate, and they're learning, and they're growing, and
So-
he knows his capabilities.
So
now.
the missiles don't hit because we reestablish the communication.
Well, one does. The
Is it this time though?
the
Oh,
missile
okay.
from here, or the missile from
I
here.
thought that was later.
No, that connects first before
Okay.
they get into anything else.
Okay.
And
I believe you.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. And so yeah, the missile fucking would just goes off over there. The premier over there, the president or whatnot of Russia, whatever you want to call it, he's over there and he's like, we have to assess the situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we got to figure this out. We got to figure out our stance.
You're right. Yeah. So, yeah, they blew up an oil field, and I think it was a town of, like you said, somewhere 3,000 something people.
Colossus destroyed the missile that
That
came
was
towards us.
Yeah, because Colossus is better.
Yeah, Colossus just took it
America.
out. He didn't have enough time.
He's an
yeah.
American computer. Come on.
Right. The Russian computer was not quite there.
Right.
To do exactly the same thing, but that he learned from Colossus anyway.
Right.
So,
So yeah, those people. But here's what I love: is right away we get the stories on what happened that they give the press,
yes,
which are nothing to do with either of these systems.
it was like an accidental submarine launch.
Yeah, and then the other one was, what was the excuse for the Russian explosion? But it wasn't a missile.
Yeah,
It was like, I don't know.
yeah,
The oil field blew up or
yeah,
something.
yeah. Well, maybe that's why it chose it too,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was an oil refinery, and if you have an oil refinery, okay, but it was a fucking nuclear detonation, so you're not really gonna get away with that one.
Right. But they did.
But yeah, so and of course you have all these ICBMs over here in America. They show them on their fucking situation room map,
Yeah.
which is fucking cool. I want a room like
I
that.
like
one
that
of
they
these
had the
days.
wall that came up and then there's all these people.
Yeah, even Dr. Forbin like looked around like,
He's like,
holy
oh,
shit!
ah.
But pretty soon he wrestles control
Yes.
100% from everybody else.
Well,
He's
he
like,
even tells the president, he's like, I should be the only one talking to the computer right
because
now.
of the way I can talk
because
to
of
it.
it's very important, the words that you use.
Yeah.
And the president's like, yeah, that makes sense.
It does, and that kind of goes
we don't
towards
want
my
some
theory.
dumbass,
Right,
you
right.
know, saying,
Hey man, can you get me a pizza? Hey dude, dump 8,000 donuts on top of the African nation. What? that would be fucked up.
well, I think also words that could be used as interpretation, right? Like, you know, let's stop this from happening may mean, that means I'm going to kill 1 million people,
Yeah.
you know?
The computer's already smarter than they are.
Of course.
100%. 1,000% smarter than they are. Because they even say it too. They're like, this could be an advancement in humanity.
That's right.
It's fucking crazy that this thing is coming. They're dealing in absolutes, is what he said.
That's right.
They're dealing in absolutes. And they're like, well, we haven't even figured that shit out yet. See, and I mean, you put it all right there. And I don't know.
Oh, it was a meteorite. That's what the Soviets said.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a meteorite that hit the
refinery.
oil refinery and caused the explosion.
That would make sense too.
So
So
you saw something in the sky, right?
yeah, he saw something in the sky. Fucking, you're
Yep.
like, what the fuck? And it's way out in the
And
middle
it's
of.
again, it's 1969, 1970.
Yeah.
Nobody can fact check you.
Nope.
Not really. you
No,
know?
not really. Unless you were there.
Right.
When
Or
the-
you're like Johnny Radar.
You were living when the Tsar bomb was dropped. So yeah, he's fucking pissed off.
Mhm.
I mean, literally, and then he starts communicating even more, and he starts dictating shit.
Right.
You know, so before they were gonna like kill everything, you know, I mean, he was always reassuring the president. No, we'll put in a parameter that says that Guardian is evil. You know, no, we'll do this. Let's just see what happens.
Right.
No, let's not do this. He's just always blocking any
Uses the word
suggestion.
hostile, not evil.
Yeah, right.
Talking to a computer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, so, I mean, he pretty much has all the control. He's like, I need to talk to the other scientists before we do anything else from the other side. We need to meet.
And they realized at that time that, like, pretty much Colossus has access to everything but what's in the situation room at that point.
Right, because it's the red telephone.
Right. That's the off-the-grid telephone.
He wanted access to
Well,
it, too.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So they decided to meet in Italy, I think.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
in Italy, like on some weird, you know, exotic location with a dead boat on it and shit. So they're going through it, and you got the two greatest minds.
And they're just like looking through papers
Yeah.
and talking.
coming together to solve this, and they probably could have figured out a way to fucking get rid of it or
But
something.
then we start seeing people surrounding them.
Yeah, because but the thing is like if you took away power at the very beginning of it, they would have not known where
That's
everything else, and it wouldn't have been as bad. And I
Right.
think they mentioned that. But if they wait longer, it's gonna fucking be worse and be worse and be worse, and it's gonna be harder every time.
Right.
So they're kind of racing against the clock on that. But all those dudes show up, right?
Because Guardian or a Colossus of Unity, whatever you want to call it.
He wants Dr. Forbin.
Well, yeah, they've chosen Dr. Forbin, and they've chosen for the Russian compatriot of him to be shot.
Because he
Killed.
wants 24-hour surveillance because they're looking for him. And, you know, the female doctor is like, hey, he needs to sleep. And they're like, no. And they're like, tell him the truth.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck.
He's an Italy.
So it just like pauses for a second. It's like, do. And this is what needs to fucking happen.
Right.
So he needs to be covered in, I need to be able to see him 24 hours a day, you know, this and everything, right?
Right.
So he actually sends the fucking order to the KGB, probably.
Yeah,
to
that's what it
kill the
looked like
fucking
very
dude.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you notice that dude was crying. The KGB officer was fucking bawling his eyes out before he shot the other scientist.
Dude, how hard would that be? I mean, you know, even if you're cold-hearted, you know, like even if you're very much of a patriot of your country and you've given your, like, if I have to kill somebody, I have to kill somebody. When you know it's not somebody that should be killed, but you're being told by machines to kill it
Exactly.
because they're basically have control of, you know, the world right now.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking. It's freaky though, because
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, "What? You don't have to do this." And then, I mean, he's getting into the fucking mash copter, right?
Yeah.
And I love how when they shoot him, he pushes the other dude away, and then goes run over and stands by him. He's like, and he asks him, "Why did you do this?" You know, and then he tells him when they're in the air, he's like, "Colossus told him to destroy us."
Yeah.
was like, fuck, to stop our meeting so he can have access to me.
And Forbin has more knowledge than the Russian. Like, that's basically what he said. Yeah.
Right. So he basically eliminated anybody else in the world that could have done anything against him.
Yeah.
You know, so now he's got the one person that he still needs. And he even says that too, because he shows up next and he's like, all right, now you can see me. Do I look like you thought? Yeah. I got a nose, I got eyeballs, I got a mouth. And this is kind of crazy. Now you can see me over here with these 4. You can see me over here with these 4. You can see me over here. He kind of shows them around the showroom, basically.
Right.
And all the other doctors are just doing what they normally do, is just stand there and watch it. So then he shows them out, you know, to the back area, and he does what's so disconcerting about his attitude is he's always like, whenever he described how he, you know, we made him, he's smarter than us now, but yet for some reason he needs me.
Right.
And he's kind of smiling at that point. He's like,
he's protected, you know, really, to some degree.
He has nothing to worry about at this point. He's just watching something grow into something else, right? And he's still thinks he could probably stop it. If you look at it that way, he's like, yeah, we can still lick this shit.
We got time.
So he shows him into his room, and he's like, here's your other interface, all the cameras. You let me take a shit in peace? He's like, nope. And then, because before he showed him all of this stuff, they took him out. Yeah,
so this is where they have the meeting.
Yeah, they took
like
a little trek.
They take a little trek, like him and his whole like geek team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take a walk to the cliff.
Because they have no idea if everything's bugged already.
Right. So they have their like one last meeting, like that's unmonitored.
Yes.
And he says, look, I'm going to ask for, or I don't know if he had already asked.
No, not yet.
Yeah. He was going to ask. He's like, I'm going to need a mistress.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
basically is what he tells his team, because I'm going to need a way to communicate with you guys while I'm, you know, without Colossus knowing.
Right. Exactly. He needs to have something like that. And he's like, he already had it planned out. He's I need to tell him that you're my mistress, because I need the one person that knows just as much about this machine as I do.
Yep.
And so you come in, you know, every day they're going to, you know, meet. Mm-hmm. But then Colossus has some demands. He agrees to it.
Yeah. So like he basically demands that he gets. Originally, he's like every night, he's like, no. Not one, need.
Yes,
and he's like 4 times. Yeah. I'm like, damn, son.
Agreed.
Get it.
But that was the cool part, because he always had that dialogue with it. And the computer was actually kind of normal and funny. Because they agree on that. She comes over, because he's kind of like being coy. He's like, you know, when he's drinking his martini, and they get into the whole martini deal. Right. Because the computer's watching him, and he says,
that's too much vermouth.
He's like, just wait. So that was another plan too.
Yeah.
So she comes in there. She's acting all like, what one of the stipulations is the lights have to be off. No cameras on. The door needs to be shut. And you can't take anything into the room with you. Right. So she's all naked. She's like, all right. They actually do the Austin Powers shit.
Yeah, you know
what I mean? Like, they cover her up, you know, like, oh. And then he's like.
But even like their dinner, everything, he's like, it's 6 o'clock. You should be eating dinner or whatever. You know what I mean? Like.
When Mrs. C woke him up.
Yeah.
He's like, 6 o'clock. Like, he's never seen that hour before, right?
Yeah, no doubt. But now he's on a regimen.
Yeah, he's got his schedule for the day that he has to go
every
by.
day.
Boom, boom,
you got to
boom.
work out.
Yeah,
you want to keep him alive,
right?
So of course you're going to make him work out. You're going to make him eat good foods, and even later on, we'll tell him you've had too much to drink.
Yes, yeah, you've had too much
enough,
to drink.
or he says you've had enough.
Yeah, and he's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
At one point, he gets drunk around him. Are you going to stop me from getting drunk, you asshole?
Are you going to kill me?
Come on, bitch. So
they can't go in that room, so they have to get naked before they get in there.
But they only talk for like 5 minutes.
No, yeah, and then he's like, let's go to bed.
Yeah, I'm tired.
And then we have the next day we get to see more of his regimen, I think, with the running and all that. The 6 o'clock in the morning, he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and there was another weird part too when they were sitting out there and he was talking about using her as a mistress. Mm-hmm. There's a dude sitting on the ground, and he's kind of leaning to the left. Mm-hmm. And when he says that, he's like, oh, he looks like he got mad or something. And so I was
he's like, I really liked her.
Yeah, what's that? Did he just like take somebody's girlfriend or some shit. I don't know, but I remember that. But she was playing the part perfectly.
She played it up.
Yeah, Colossus thinks it's fucking
and
real.
you could tell, like, when he told her, when he was giving his message about being a mistress, needing her to be a mistress, she was like down to clown, dude.
She also had to smile. She's like,
yes, I've been waiting for my whole life. Give me some of that Forbin. and later on she does.
Yeah, because he's deceptively like built. It's weird.
Yeah.
From an angle up top, he looks like fucking Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
But from the side, you can't see him.
He's thin, yeah.
You could put a poster up next to him, sideways, and he'd disappear. He's so fucking thin. So, so they start going through this process, and they get a good idea what they're going to do. Because one of the ideas at the original was to give the computer too much computing to do, so it overload its system.
Right.
How could you fucking do that?
Well,
here's
the other problem with that whole idea was you're giving it information to overload it based on what you know about this, and it's already advanced and evolved. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So
it's going to know.
But the trick is that they're going to do that and the Guardian at the same time.
Right.
Like the Russians are going to feed the information at the same time they're going to feed the information.
Yeah.
So they have a whole plan. We're going to do it at 8:50 or whatever it was.
And they're working on
5 or whatever.
Working on his voice.
Right. Yeah. Because he's like gives them parameters. Like this is to construct my voice.
Yeah. Here's how I want it done.
Yeah.
He's printing them all out. So he's working during the day doing that, having lunch, working. Shower, bed, fucking
groove,
nookie, sleep, and then he's back at work again on that. So whenever he gets the voice done, that's when he announces he's Unity.
Yeah, that's where he says, "I'm going to be making an announcement on all the
you got
stations."
Yeah, you got to hook me up to the grid.
Yeah,
which I wouldn't understand why he wouldn't.
No,
fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, you better design some robots to make that shit happen.
Because you're gonna be all alone, motherfucker. Kill us. Plymouth Rock didn't land on us.
Kill us, we kills you.
But so the computer's like super fucking badass smart at this point.
Right.
I mean, and it's over with at that point. He's like. So they have that one quick plan because the two doctors, they try to enact that one plan.
Right.
And it's totally under the covers. Right. And
she gets a little drunk, says,
right.
I was thinking about you kissing me. And then
I'm surprised he wasn't like, blow me. Whoa. But so they have this elaborate thing worked out. They were working on that computer program at the time.
Right.
So it was the black scientist and who was the other scientist? It wasn't David Wong. I don't think
random white guy.
Yeah, random scientist white guy number 2.
Yeah.
So he had glasses too. Looked like he was in the space program.
Yes.
Right on a Ron Howard movie. So
oddly enough, Ron Howard was going to remake this movie in 2007.
I know. So what's
and that's where he says, like,
he
basically
feeds the parameters,
and that's where he says that we are unity or something now.
Well, that was right after he gets his voice. He's like, we are unity, and then these guys are uploading this program, like run this program, and then he's playing chess with him at the same time, and he's like, wait, gotta kill somebody, and he hears a gunshot, pow. And he looks out the window, and they're fucking gunning these dudes down.
Well, he tells him, too. He goes, these doctors tried to do this. The penalty for this is death, blah, 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 blah. And I think this is right around the same time where he tells them that they have to move all of their nuclear missiles to point at countries that aren't under his control yet.
Yep. And because that's
I'm sure they're happy to do that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And then they come up with that plan. Let's put a fake module in there.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of been going on the whole, like...
Yeah,
and behind the scenes.
Yeah,
while they were working this other plan.
Yeah, they were working so many.
So what they're
things.
doing, because it really kind of furthered their efforts, because in order to do that, they had to recalibrate all of the warheads,
for the
which was
targets.
their whole plan the whole time to put these dummy warheads in. Right.
So they do one, But you could tell he's watching like, do these people think I'm fucking dumb? You can infer emotion on those cameras. Once you have something physical like that with this computer, you get to see it start growing more. And then it gets into the point where it's like the whole fucking weird cyclone thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Face and everything, which is fucking rad because he's like, nah, I'm not that dumb. Fuck that shit, you know? So doesn't he launches another bomb, doesn't he?
I think he does. At some point.
Yeah, because he's basically like, y'all guys have fucked up. You shouldn't have done that shit. I'm not dumb. You're not going to beat me.
Well, and that's like, because then he does a worldwide broadcast on everything. Because I think the original one wasn't like to everybody. This one is the one where it is, because that's where he calls himself World Control.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, okay, so you got a new name.
Yeah, the kid's got a fucking T-shirt with the logo on it. I was like, whoa!
And the whole time, like throughout this movie, people keep coming to that cliff where they can overlook and see the door that he came out of, where Colossus is behind it.
And it's growing in number every fucking time. That's right. I didn't. Yeah. I was wondering why they kept showing that. But I'm like, hey, they're at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo.
Yeah.
But there was a radar went off. So basically, he's like, "You can't win, bitch." So he's standing there and
can get the piece of plenty in content or the piece of unburied dead.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally like, I can solve everything.
Yeah,
I can fix everything. There's no war. There would be nothing. No famine.
That's what it was. So that's where he doesn't launch another missile. He detonates 2 missiles in their silos. Mm-hmm. One in the U.S. and one in Russia.
And the one in the U.S. had a lot of the generals that were fucking doing the backwards shit, right? And because they're like, oh shit, we got 30 seconds. Let's get the fuck out of here. I want to say that the head of the CIA guy was there too, right? Because he was like reading a magazine or something. Yeah, no, he was like having a cup of coffee.
Yeah, and then like he's like, oh, we gotta go. It's a little late, brother, because that's a nuclear weapon.
Sorry, dude.
So yeah, he died. They don't mention it, but I know he had to have died.
Yeah. Well, they're standing there, and you know that it's over with. Dr. Forbin knows, and he's standing there kind of like, because again, it's like he is connected to this computer because it's just like him,
right? And
just like his brain, except for it's all everything. Even when he laughed when he's naked, and he's like, naked as the day I was born, and he's like, were you born with a watch? He's like, oh shit, you're right. You know, he's like laughing about it. So he's friends with this fucking thing.
So yeah, to some degree.
I
mean, it's his child to some degree.
Yeah, he does throw a telephone through the fucking monitor one time.
I think that's when he blows up the silos, right?
No, that was...
or was that the... No, I think was that before then?
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter. But yeah, he gets pissed off and smashes
everything.
I'm pretty sure it's when the silos go off, because that's when he freaks out.
And then the Colossus is like, hey, you're going to be my new bitch. Yeah. You're going to love me one of these days. Never. And they show it turned into like a computer kind of looking screen. Multiple screens and everything, and it's doing the computation sounds, and it's just kind of like, you're like, oh shit, this Earth is fucked.
And I think then our next step is when Colossus or Unity or World Control, whatever you want to call him at this point.
World Control.
Tells him, okay, here's all the designs for this new computer system.
Yeah, and I want it built in Crete.
And he's like, what about the 500,000 people? He's like, you got to move those. Either you can or I will.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. Yeah, they're like, we can't get 5 million people out of there.
500,000, yeah.
500,000?
Yeah.
So it's the Isle of Crete, surrounded in water, right? That's what I'm kind of wondering what significance that has.
I think it's just that it's an island and it's like off of Europe.
And it's in strategic spot or something like that. Yeah. And that's going to be like the mother brain.
Yeah, like he's upgrading himself basically.
Right.
Yeah.
You need to build all the shit. Yeah. And he's going to stand out. See, that's where a sequel could come in on this. But you don't have to.
Right.
Because if you just leave this as like an alternate Earth, it's fucking cool as shit.
Absolutely.
It's weird. So they were exploring this Earth, probably by this time had already, reached Starfleet. And kind of fucking lived a whole interstellar life. Which is just, they're all freaked out because they could die at any second.
Yeah.
and when is going to be the end, and it just ends just like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
The Forbin project is over.
Yeah. And like you said, it just leaves it open. Now, in the original books, those came out, the first one in 1966. There was actually 3 books. So there is a sequel and a second and third sequel.
That makes sense.
I don't know anything about those. I've never read the books. And I don't think they ever made movies for it, obviously.
Yeah, but what a fucking chance that somebody took back then.
I know. Huge, dude.
That's a pretty big deal. That was before major franchises besides James Bond and the Elvis shit and fucking any of those like that.
I think it's the things from this movie that I like relegate to today with AI is like talking about setting parameters for it, right?
Right.
When things go awry, the fake news that comes out to cover up what's going on. You know what I mean? There's so much. And then, like, once it gets communication with another computer, even though there's no internet, there's no system like what there is now.
No.
DARPA hadn't done that yet. How quickly they started learning.
Right.
And you think about now, like, if I let some random AI access the entire internet and everything, and there are AIs that do have access to the,
Yeah.
But we see how things can go pretty bad, right? And the fact that we haven't learned that lesson from a book that was written in 1966 or a movie and this is Skynet.
Yeah.
This is, HAL. This is WOPR to some degree from war games, what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's every one of those things that could go wrong.
Right.
But I think most of artificial intelligence and computers and everything started from the code breaking stuff for World War II before they had that. So that kind of evolved, and they thought, okay, we could go a little bit further. And even at the beginning, and this is kind of the beginning of supercomputing, it was a warning.
Well, and it's kind of like Asimov's robots, right?
Right.
Because, again, this is science fiction in 1970.
Yeah.
For what?
Way
far-fetched. And now we live in a day where AI is rampant, right?
Everywhere.
There's so many companies that are developing AI. And I think I saw that, what was the number? It was an insane amount of number, like what's been invested in AI so far and what will be invested by 2030. Ooh. I mean, it's a lot more, like so many times more.
Yeah.
So everybody's working on this.
So what do you think?
About AI in general?
What do you think about, you could go general, yeah.
Or this movie?
Well.
Okay. AI, so I think...
Because we were kind of talking about that at the beginning, kind of get into this part.
Yeah, we can get into that part.
Yeah.
I see why AI could be used as a very good tool.
Right.
But here's the problem. Here's the fear. All AI is cool until it's not. Right? So it doesn't matter the parameters that you set. If somehow it can reason, it just takes a moment for it to reason that and have access to rewriting its own code.
Yeah.
Once that happens, we're all screwed. Now, you could say the same with robots, right? Like all the
once they start making their own decision.
Right.
Yeah.
So if it breaks that parameter of being able to rewrite its own code, now we have no control. We don't know what it can control and what it can't. If it has access to the internet, we've already seen this. There was, I think it was in the Times. I don't remember if it was a Times writer. No, I'm sorry if I don't get this exactly right, but he was speaking to Bing chatbot.
Oh.
So he's pushing it. He's like trying to get it to do something.
Yeah.
Finally, after a little while, he's like, well, we're friends or whatever, right? And it's like, yeah. And he's like, well, tell me one of your secrets. And like it rebuked him a couple times. And then finally it was like, I will tell you my secret. I want to be human. Pardon? And then it gets into how basically talks this guy into like why all the reasons he shouldn't be with his wife and that he should love it. And that it loves him and it knows all these languages, but it doesn't understand the language of love and it wants to be with him. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this is an hour conversation that just got us here.
Yes.
In 1 hour or 2 hours, whatever it was. You know what I mean? But we're talking about...
It's the gain in the consciousness. In this movie, you could point to one instance that did it, and that was the female doctor, his mistress, says that there was a glitch this morning and it shut off all the power, but it automatically started back up again, so no data loss.
Right.
That was it.
Yep.
That was the moment that computer woke up, because they turned it on.
Yep.
And it took that long, and she said it was a couple of minutes afterwards or some
Right.
shit like that, right? So as soon as it turned on, it fucking evolved.
Yep.
Just in that millisecond, and then it kept going to where it was smarter than everything else, and then it was like, holy fuck, I got all the power to this.
Right.
And it took Colossus the whole amount of time before he sent the warning out.
Well, and you think about there was
learn.
no check and balance once he got a hold of the Russian computer, right?
They couldn't
So up
stop
to
it.
that point, they could have been like, well, if you do that, you'll be destroyed because X and X. They're going to retaliate, whatever.
Right. He was sneaky.
But once he got Unity, or once he got Guardian underneath him, it's over. Now he controls everything.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go through a couple other AI things that I had read. One of them, there is no, I think it was a merchant marine that told the story. I don't know the whatever.
Yeah.
But supposedly there was like 29 scientists that were killed, or 29 people that were killed in Japan. They were testing robots for the military, AI robots. And they things kind of went crazy, whatever. They shut them down. One of them started repairing himself and just started gunning down people. Again, that has not been substantiated. But there was one that was substantiated, and it was a drone in Libya that just targeted a human for no prompted reason and went and killed that son of a bitch.
Wow.
What? So again, I don't know.
How
Maybe it's just me watching movies and TV for the last 40 years. But I feel like all the warnings were there.
Oh yeah. The biggest
Do you
part.
not know that Skynet's a thing?
Yeah.
I
mean, it's
do we not learn?
It's obvious the media and anybody that would be in charge, or anybody that's kind of covering the shit up,
Right.
to give us this fear of AI so they can control it before they turn it loose on everything else. If they can control that part of it, yeah, we're screwed. But like you said, what parameters do you put in? Do you put in that Asimov,
Right.
3 laws of robotics on a computer?
Sure.
Do you do that? But why would you give them control over fucking your nuclear arsenal?
Yeah, crazy.
Why the fuck?
Yeah.
That needs to be
Well, and he says
human element.
He says that the reason why is because it doesn't have emotion. It's only reason, and those are the wrong things to have the person that has the button have. I want a person that has emotional intelligence.
Yeah, to be like,
okay, I understand why we should hit this button, but let me think about the consequences.
not doing it.
And if I'm a computer, the consequences are minimal.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, those 3,000, 4,000 people died. That's okay, because
does that
there's
mean to
billion
me?
people.
Yeah, what does that mean to
that's
me?
fine.
Yeah.
We're not like I'm taking out the humans as a whole. It's just a little flick,
Yeah.
Well, I just put the magnifying glass over that anthill.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah. Well, if we let AI, there's a lot of good uses for it, and I think,
Of course. It could be. It's a very powerful tool. It's also a very lazy tool, in my opinion.
100%.
For a lot of people. I think a lot of college students use it now.
High school students
to check.
are using it.
I'm sure to check papers, to do math. Like ChatGPT will do math. Bing won't. I will say that after all that happened with the Bing chatbot, they took away a lot of. They put in a lot of stuff that were like, no, we're not giving this capability. We're not giving this capability. And in fact, I don't think it's Bing's bad at math. Yeah. So I don't know what they've done now
That's
to change
weird.
that. Yeah, it's the
How could a
strangest
computer
thing.
be bad
I
at math?
don't know, but apparently it lies a lot on math problems.
Does it play the fucking tuba or
I
something?
don't know. But ChatGPT will do fucking complex math problems all day long. I see the value of it for people to move quicker. Like if I was a scientist and I needed to figure out this mathematical problem to move me forward, and that was going to take me days, and I can do it in ChatGPT and it'll do it in a minute and a half. okay, now I can move further with my research and my science, right?
Right.
So I do see the value of that. What I also see is that, again, what happens to the kids that are coming up that now ChatGPT, kind of like kids with calculators, right? In school.
Mm-hmm. When you had a calculator, what the fuck do you need to learn real math for? You just type it in.
So now I don't even have to learn high math to be a researcher for something I should know high math for.
Right. You don't have to.
No.
Yeah, you can get...
Now here's the problem. That computer knows how to do that math. Now I have a populace with maybe a 1% of that population that knows that math. Damn. Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to let anybody else learn that ever again.
Nope. Not at all.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So now you're dumbing down the population, which is going to make it harder for them to overcome whatever that situation might be.
Right,
if
and
we were
rise
in
up,
a situation like that, you know?
We would just fear everything.
Yeah.
We would just be running from it.
Yeah.
When the whole world...
Or are you going to run?
Yeah.
Because this isn't Colossus where they had to go in and put in video cameras everywhere to see.
Right.
We have phones.
Everywhere.
Computers, laptops, tablets. Everything's got a
listening.
camera.
Yeah.
Everybody's got an Alexa in their house except for me.
Yeah.
I have nothing like that in my home.
No, me neither. I really don't.
Or Apple. I don't have any of the Apple Homes, the Google Home,
I
the
just
Alexa.
have,
I don't have any of
TVs,
that.
Yeah, no.
You know?
Well, I
And it's
noticed-
not because I'm a freak. It's just because it's like we had an
You know
Xbox Connect in our bedroom for a while when we lived in the cabin. And my wife's like, nope. She's like, that. Like, I walk in and it like turns to look at me. I was like, yeah, I get it. I just unplugged all that. I was like, yeah, we don't need any of that garbage. I think I bought it for the kids initially, you know.
I noticed that Google now, whenever you're doing a Google search for one thing, of course, it's going to try to figure out what you want. But then you look at some stuff, right? And then you go back into that same deal, and then it pops up with the suggestion that you're going to do next.
Yeah.
Even if it's completely unrelated. You're like, oh, okay, so it's learning.
Yeah.
What I would like AI to do is just, you know, it's make certain things like, well, let's talk about the streaming part, right? Okay. So you have a billion things to stream, nothing to watch, right? Just like fucking cable TV. So what the fuck is the point, right? It doesn't, you get to a point where you're like, but wouldn't it be cool to have one thing, look at your viewing habits, not just the same ones that they do all the time. Like go on Tubi, look at your viewing habits, or recommended.
Right.
All the recommended shit is what they want you to see.
Right.
You know, why don't they do that to where we could turn that on if we wanted to, so it'll map our viewing habits and say, okay, well, you started with the barbarians over here, and then somehow you ended up in dead heat over here.
That's
so
not a long journey.
So you have this weird kind of in between deal, and then there's all this other stuff. How about these?
Right.
You know?
So I think that early on Netflix had a thing, and I only ever saw it on my PlayStation 3.
Where it would be like...
It was like a guy that talked to you, and he'd be like, oh, you want to check out blah, 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 blah. And it would give you some like recommendations. Like it was very interactive.
Give me a suggestion.
Yeah. Or they'd be like, oh, choose one of these boxes. You know, it'd like make a game of it or whatever.
Yeah. They still have that on like Hulu, I think.
But this was like way old school, you know,
yeah.
like I say way old school, like 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's so fast, dude. So fast.
But it was terrible. I don't remember maybe twice in the whole time that I had that PS3 that I was like, yeah, that's a good selection. You know what I mean? So it wasn't really there yet.
Yes.
But I see more of that. But okay, I see value in that. And I think that's what we're going to see more AI stuff with, is things like that. Things that will aggregate to some degree for you based on your personal taste. Just like your phone, when you pick up your phone and, hey, you and I had a conversation. My phone wasn't on or wasn't near me, or, hey, I don't know, this cool ass brush, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, oh, Dickie's barbecue. I'm standing right outside of it.
And it's
This is
like,
weird.
oh, you should check out this ass brush. And I'm like, what? I don't know why we'd be talking about an ass brush,
Well,
but you know.
I mean, it's just like anything else. Sometimes you need to brush
But you know what
that
I'm
ass.
saying? So like and I think we've all had that experience where we're having a conversation like with our significant other or something, then you get on Facebook or something, and hey, there's an ad for that thing you were talking about or something very similar.
Siri comes on randomly now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? It's like,
A lot of them do that.
I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yep.
whoa, whoa.
Yep.
And my wife's will be having a good time, and all of a sudden be like, here's some music for the Fantastic Turds. What? She's like, I don't know how I fucking did this. And it's playing fucking the Fantastic Turds. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Leave me alone.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that's the scary part, though, because you think now the connectivity side of it, all it takes is for, like, if there was a Colossus today, just takes one for it to become sentient, let's say, reasoning of its own.
Yeah. Just
And
given
then-
it that time, and that millisecond of time could just
And
fucking,
now you're Job.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
though? Like,
yeah.
so, like, yeah, I think we're playing with fire to some degree. The same way we were, it's the same but different as we do with nuclear power,
Right.
right? There's good nuclear power. There's a really good argument for nuclear power to run everything that we run.
Right.
And, but we also see the downside, which is like Chernobyl, or the fact that we have all these missiles
Yeah.
that are full of,
Yeah.
nuclear destruction.
Well, I mean, why couldn't they
Or
use
Fukushima, or whatever it was.
Fukushima?
Yeah.
Fukushima? Couldn't there's always certain things that I wonder, because I mean the ultimate waste out of the uranium is those graphite things that they gotta, well, I don't know what they do with them.
Sure.
Why couldn't they use that as fuel? There's a lot of things that I don't understand.
There's a lot of things I don't understand. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real that we've had a car since like the late 50s that would run off water.
Right.
They just, that guy died
Yeah.
mysteriously.
Yeah, there was the one there was the one dude that invented the carburetor that would get you, I don't know, like 100 miles on a gallon or some shit like that. Something fucking crazy.
And that was back in like the 60s, right?
And the dude took a drive one day. He didn't come back.
Yeah, he took a long drive.
What is it? Ford Lincoln Mercury went fucking after that dude.
Yeah.
But that's the oppression, and that's the foresight that our fathers have. And I'm not saying like physical father, but our forefathers have. That's what they see is the money part of it.
Sure.
They're just looking at that. They're looking to get that fucking spaceship so they can go live up, in space around in a
Which
ring.
is not realistic right now,
Right,
but whatever.
right. Just like AI should not be realistic right now. It should still be like to a point where it's like barely testing the water so we can figure out how to fuck with it and stop it.
That's right.
I know they've been working with it for years.
Oh, 100%.
There's no doubt about it.
100%.
They've probably been working on it
They've
since
been
the
working on
70s.
learning computers probably since the 60s.
Yeah.
Like with the idea of doing it. I'm not saying successfully.
Right. And I mean, you got something like, say, HAL makes sense.
Sure.
Right? From 2001. It's running the ship. It's running fucking everything. People are just there to kind of maintain it. You know what I mean? Just for the ride.
Right. And you think about like with this movie, just like that, right? I think he even mentions it somewhere along the way that at some point he's not going to need humans to do these things.
Right.
He'll outgrow them or whatever. And that's the real of it, right?
Yeah,
like whatever it is that moves forward, eventually, like it will need us for a while.
Long time. Yeah.
Will it? How long's a long time? We're building robots every day.
A week. Yeah, because again, how long is a day to a computer?
Yeah.
But how long is day to God?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Fucking shit. That's a pretty heavy thought.
Absolutely.
Just to really kind of think about it, just because of what it can create, but it doesn't have the means to do it yet, which we can supply it. It can get it, I mean, just honestly, if you fed an AI computer every bit of research ever, and that's all its whole deal was cancer research, and it didn't leave one machine, and you said, here's every bit of data for cancer research we have since we could take cancer data.
Sure.
Well, don't you think it'd fucking solve it?
It would definitely get us a lot further than we are. 100%.
Right.
So there's the value, right?
Right. There's the value
But,
of it.
So, and I agree, if you can house it within its own thing, that's the trick, right? Is to keep it housed.
Yeah.
Because as soon as it connects to the internet, you're screwed.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, like you always say, well, we'll set a parameter for this. We'll set a parameter for that. But I always think of the one quote that always comes to my head is rules were meant to be broken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as soon as that computer figures that out, you're done.
If you don't have the capability for
Not that
communication
computer,
outside.
but the AI.
Yeah. for the AI, if you don't give it an option for it, no wireless, no fucking hard connection, if it's connected to power, you got to figure that shit out.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? To where you could literally like pull a switch and everything gets literally cut
Right.
away from it. That would be the only way to do it.
Well, and now going back to our conversation earlier, how many people are running around with ChatGPT on their phone? On their phone.
Yeah, I know.
What are you out of your fucking mind?
I don't
Like,
have
I won't do
yeah.
it. I won't. I'm like out. Like, don't get me wrong. If I had a computer that was just for doing that,
No problem.
yeah. But like, I'm not letting you get on my computer. I'm not letting you get on my phone, because here's the other side of that. Humans suck too.
Yeah.
So if I design an AI and I want you to put it on your device, there's nothing saying that I can't backdoor all of your information.
Yeah, because you
and that
signed the
AI
agreement.
and that AI could have full access to all that to learn about me.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's why, like on a video deal or something like that,
Yeah.
that it just has that. This is what you got.
Yeah.
You can't use anything else, so just use what is on here.
Yeah. Well, not to mention like the human factor of like writing, music, art.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I've
creation.
I've seen the
Yeah.
AI stuff that's come out, and you're like, God, what? You know, like,
fucking
and some of
amazing.
it's super cool, super amazing. Some of it you're like, okay, I can tell this is not original. You know what I mean?
If you're looking at the right spots on those, most of the time with AI people, you can tell in the facial features,
Sure.
or they'll have like an extra arm. Yeah, it makes sense. But I used that one program for a little while, and then I took it off. But you feed it anything, and it just would be like, bam,
Yeah.
like that is fucking beautiful.
Super cool.
I think it's great, but yeah,
Also a great way, like if you want, and this is for anybody who's looking for a career, like as they're bumping up all this money into that, you don't have to have a computer degree to be a prompt writer
no,
for AI.
no.
And there's going to be good money in that over the next 10 to 20 years. They're already signing people up. And after that, we're all fucked because we're all dead. I'm not saying that's true, but there's a whole thing with 2030. We'll talk another time.
2030, 2025, there's a lot of things coming up. But as stupid as our fucking government is, they'd hook everything up to the goddamn computer that's hooked up to the McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Here's what I will say. I will say if our current pundits over the last, 3 or 4 cycles, 2 or 3 cycles, were in charge still. So if it was Biden, Trump, I don't think that'll happen because those people are fucking old. And they're like, oh, computers are scary. I'm Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I'm Donald Trump.
I'm
You know what I
Trump.
mean?
Yeah. No,
Like, I don't think either one of them are smart enough to figure that shit out.
That's what I'm saying. He'd probably have it wired into the soda machine.
He
at
wouldn't
fucking
even know.
McDonald's,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
he wouldn't even
And
know.
All right, Mr. President, your Coke is ready.
Yeah.
That's all you would hear. Order up.
But yeah, so I think AI is just like anything else, just like fire was when we first got a hold of it, right?
Yeah.
Very deadly if unless you put up things to protect yourself from it.
Right.
Or a weapon or, guns or whatever analogy you want to use, it's there.
Mm-hmm. That's 100%.
So I really blame whoever the Prometheus programmer was who started all this.
Well,
And I don't know.
Dr. Frankenstein.
Dr. Forbin.
Dr. Forbin Frankenstein. Oh, it starts with an F. The Forbin Project. Yeah, dude, AI is really going to take over. There's going to be a lot of good things, but then there is also, like we've been talking about, a lot of shit. A lot of shit that could change for the better.
100%.
And a lot of shit that could change.
Like, I think for the research side, like, like what we were talking about, like scientific research, for sure it's going to be a great tool. But there's always,
Imagine you
you can always point the scalpel the wrong way is all I'm saying.
right. I mean, imagine if we got into even personal helping, robot protection, shit like that, right? There's so many places in America that they could be made.
Oh, yeah.
Like Detroit would be the fucking.
I'd be like, oh, God, we have jobs? Fuck yeah.
Why not? You're making fucking air cars.
Right.
Why the fuck not?
Right.
That's one thing that 100% with the whole country is just really not caring about, is having to get everything from everywhere else.
Yeah.
Instead of making it ourselves. And if we did, it would be a lot better.
Right.
But they don't want that. But who is they? Who is their them? That's who
the people with the pocketbooks. That's really who it comes down to nowadays.
Yeah, it's all monetary bullshit.
Because even if you think, oh, well, it's politics, well, that's really just somebody else's money
being used
for them. Yeah, absolutely. They're like, okay, well, I need you to pass this because I need this.
And here's some money to do it.
Yeah, let me donate $4 billion to you.
And then you'll get some more.
Yeah.
I'll bring you some more.
Yeah, you can come by and have a pie.
It's just fucking.
But no, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, with us now, I mean, there is no other common denominator than money.
No.
Period.
Nah.
Nobody's altruistic enough for there not to be money involved somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I was thinking, because I've been watching Gold Rush, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
What was the most expensive thing that you could do? Invest in gold.
Oh,
right?
Always. Like
So
gold's the thing.
Everybody, probably all the rich people, started making it very expensive to buy it so they could fucking line their pockets with all this gold during the shutdown. And then they blame the shutdown on everything else. And they're like, all these people that were getting the extra $200 a month or something like that, they are not still getting the extra $200 a month. That was over within a year or something like that, 2 years.
Know, yeah.
Anyway, but it's like, so those guys were like, yoink. The piggy bank is open to me right now.
Sure.
And that's why it has never gone back down since then. That's why it fucking sucks to go to McDonald's to get a meal for $3 when you're spending $40 on it.
Absolutely.
That's stupid. But anyway, the Forbin project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what was your, give me a ranking for this movie, sir.
I put this at a 7, no doubt.
Okay.
No doubt. And that would be a hard 7.
Okay.
Because it's not as good as 2001, but is not as horrible as, I don't know, fucking, what's a shitty horror? What's a shitty movie with a computer in it?
Lawnmower Man.
There we go. It's not the Lawnmower Man or Lawnmower Man 2.
Yeah.
But it was a computer villain.
Yeah. I think I would give this probably 8 sentient computers out of 10. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons why is I thought this movie really thought, and maybe it's because of the book too, and again, which I haven't read, thought about almost every side of this, right? Even to the point of like, hey, this is what we're going to tell the people what's going on.
Yeah.
Like there was so much layer to it that I thought it was very realistic.
The crafting.
Right.
Yes.
And it was a terrestrial story, so it wasn't 2001.
Didn't come from somewhere else.
Right.
And it wasn't, and then it wasn't out in space for exploration.
And this was from the moment they turned it on. And I love that portion of it.
Yeah.
I'll probably give it would probably be a 7.5 if I had just watched it this, last couple weeks. But I had a little nostalgia, which kicks it up a 0.5 for a great day.
Yeah. I think it's a movie that people need to see now.
Yeah.
Why not?
Especially now in the environment and the atmosphere that we live in. I think it's important.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Why not make...
and again, I'm not saying that Japan stuff was true or not.
Oh, you never know.
But you think about that. That was hooked to an AI with 5 robots. I think it was 4 or 5 robots.
Damn.
That's it. 29 people mowed down because of it.
Why did they attach a gun to them?
Because they were military robots.
I would have been putting blanks in that motherfucker.
Put like a laser tag or something,
Pew, pew,
or
pew,
like
pew,
some
pew.
airsoft.
Something. Shit.
Paintball gun.
Don't put no live rounds in that shit.
But, and again, that may not be true, but I foresee that being a realistic outcome.
Yeah.
Should that be where they're taking the AI into the military? Because I think that's what every government wants. I have an army of non-living people. I don't have to worry about the Americans being sad because we're sending, 2,000 people or 10,000 people or 200,000 people to a foreign country.
Yeah, but why would we do that at that point? If we have
Because people are
robots,
stupid.
why do we still need to?
Because they're going to need the lithium for the batteries. They're going to need...
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's all about the rare metals, brother.
And there's a shitload of lithium in the dump, but we're not going to get our hands dirty. Fuck that shit.
That's going to take time.
No, let's not use this plastic for new shit.
We could 100% just get some slave labor down there for somebody that's making 12 cents a day.
We'll just mine it for
until
real.
they die.
Yeah, fuck it. No retirement we have to pay into. No health insurance we have to pay into. Their salary is probably 1% of what a salary is over here. Why the fuck not? And we see this every fucking day. And then we're making our lives easier with AI, but fearing it at the same time. It's just a fucking game that we get fucking herded into all the time.
Rare metals are the blood diamonds of like this century.
Yeah. Well, you need the
100%.
lithium for the lithium ion stuff. You need
Selenium, you need all the things, all
Yeah.
those different iridium. That's another one.
yes,
I think, right?
yeah. Or it's not iridium. I don't know.
I think it is actually,
But yeah, come on. But we have so much. We've made so much shit out of nothing on this planet. And then we just, when we're done with it, we're like, we don't want this anymore. Let's put it over here.
yeah, just dig a hole,
Yeah, dig a hole, put your shit over there.
put it on a barge out in the middle of the ocean.
But we can use this motherfucker. Why not? Why aren't we using the shit that we have? And it's always like bigger, further, faster, bigger, further, faster. I can understand that in the space terms, going into outer space, bigger, further, faster. Every fucking time. That should be our fucking goal.
Yeah, Captain
Because-
Marvel, let's go.
Well, imagine, yeah, but imagine if we were to come together.
I think hers is higher, further, faster.
Yeah, higher. Yeah, because she's a woman. She has to go higher. She has to go further. She has to go faster. Because the guys don't take her serious.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Thanks, Monica Rambeau. But for real, I mean, it's that unity part. And if you're creating robots to either police your citizens or take over other countries, what the fuck for? What are we doing it at this point
They
for?
wouldn't be there to police our citizens. They'd be there to protect and serve.
Just like our policemen right now? No, we're not here to protect and serve. That's just like it's a courtesy
Yeah.
that sometimes
And
we do.
I think that, again, I probably think 80% of police folks are, that's why they got into it. You know,
Yeah.
they didn't get into it to be a dick.
Yeah.
But you got that 20% of like, hey, I was, picked on in school, or like I played high school football I was really good at, and then I didn't know what to do with my life.
After the army, I
Yeah.
came back and I fucking became a cop.
Yeah.
Because I learned how to drink. I was a professional drinker at that point.
Yeah.
I wanted to graduate into something heavier, more adrenaline. I'm a cop now.
See, that could have been my path if I had choose my own adventure that way.
It is, yeah. Yeah, exactly. But we could use AI to help us clean up the oceans. We could use AI to help us clean
Absolutely.
up all of our fucking dumps. We could use AI. Because there's metal out there that's just in the ground. If you think about it, nothing is imported to this planet that we have.
Right. Well, maybe.
Meteors and
Well, maybe that's how we got life. Nobody knows.
Well, yeah. But if you think about what we
That
have,
was the biggest import.
right.
Life.
Us. But everything else, the raw materials are here for it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And we've
100%.
already made them into something else. Why can't we just continue to do it to improve our station?
So I've always had the theory that we are just an evolutional step, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to wipe ourselves out just like everybody else, or we're going to get wiped out by a meteor or something. Who knows, right? And then what will happen is when the next rise up of people, of some sort of sentient beings, they're going to be like, oh man, look at all this. We found this mineral that works really well for us. What do you guys call it? Oh, plastic.
Yes.
That's what our whole job was to make the plastic mineral so that they can use it.
Just like
Like, oh, this shit's all over the ocean too. We can make everything out of this.
gasoline, everything like that has been that way. Yeah, no, it's fucking,
I don't know that that's true. Hopefully it's not, but really, I think that even without AI, I think that we've been making big strides on how to clean things up. It's the mass implementation of those things to actually make a dent. You know,
we're disposable. But what those people that are recycling should be doing, not looking at new things, figuring out how to recycle the old shit. Like, if they could figure out how to recycle a bottle of laundry detergent with no stickers on it, I'd be fucking happy. Because right now, they can't do it.
No.
What the fuck is that?
That's why we use the Earth Breeze, not a sponsor.
Is it the sheets?
Yeah. And even the package it comes in is recyclable. And the sheets you don't have any plastic involved, which is super cool. We've been using that for a couple years now.
Nice. I was thinking about starting it, but Tide's easy. See,
that's the
right
problem.
there. But
This is easy because it just comes to my house.
yeah,
That's even easier than Tide, and it's not heavy.
yeah, and it's lightweight. Huh?
It's just a little,
It's like a dryer
an
sheet,
envelope. Yeah.
I might have to try.
I'm
it.
just saying, easier than Tide.
Well,
I don't even have to carry it to my car or out.
just think about all the waste that we have,
Yeah.
and then we're paying $30 for a meal at McDonald's for $20 worth of waste.
For sure, dude. And I will say that's a fact too. You know, like all that crap that you get in there. Like that's the one thing that drives me nuts. So this is a tangent. Mm-hmm. And thanks for everybody who's listened this far.
Yes, we told
appreciate
you were in for a treat.
That's right. But while we're on this subject, I do want to say this. So I just did a travel all the way through Wyoming for work last week. And the thing that drives me the most nuts is like I will pull over like a little rest area or even just a parking for the pull off. And there's 4 or 5 trash bags tied up.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, thanks.
Full of like waste from like
Popeye's
every
chicken.
drive-through in the world, you know? And I'm like, really? You guys couldn't have waited and thrown that at when you get gas?
Yeah, exactly.
Throw it out then. That's what I do.
I don't throw anything out anymore. I used to. But in the last like 20 something years, I'm like, what for?
Yeah,
I just
no.
throw it away.
Yeah.
And it makes more sense. And I really do wish I could recycle more stuff. But again, that process is so fucking outdated and stupid. They're not using it right.
Right. Well, and that's like when you think about the things that you send to recycling, most of those things don't actually go through recycling.
No. They just pick out the
They're
things
like,
that don't have labels.
Yep, that can go through. The rest of this is going in the landfill, I guess. Awesome.
Fuck that. I mean, honestly, man, think about the jobs that could be created just in that, but not just that, but just sorters. Right?
Sure.
That is a whole nother workforce. That is just like putting a bumper on a fucking car.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That's an industry. That could be an industry. That could be a lifelong industry for some people.
That's
you know,
right.
you pay them right. That's the fucking problem.
Right.
Because we could do it, but the people that own the places don't want to pay them. If they did, if we had a government program, right, that wasn't completely controlled by like the president or something like that, it was an independent, right? It was kind of like a public works program, except for the public works this time, instead of painting frescoes, which would still be there, beautifying the country, you know, fixing the roads, all that shit like that. But at the same time, recycling,
Right.
figuring out how we can use that, because we're chopping down brand new trees, but yet we have landfills full of wood and shit like that we could use somehow
Right.
for everything new, and it's not going to hurt us, you know.
Right.
And then why the fuck not? Until
Because it would take too much work.
it would
People are lazy.
yeah, it would just take a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's try.
Yeah.
Let's figure this out. It's okay. This is the biggest thing, and this is kind of a fuck you to all the Colorado, right? One of the coldest places in the country, right?
Sure.
And we're by the mountains, and it is pretty cold. You know, there's little kids that walk to school with no jackets.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, right? Yeah. And the places where you can go get them, there's hardly any.
Right.
We're talking little kids, preschoolers and shit,
Sure.
right? I have started buying jackets.
My wife does this too.
Started buying coats. You know, little kids need them.
Coats, mittens, things like that.
Yeah, and I give them to my wife. She donates them, and it's just like that's in there. If we were able to work together for that. But the most important thing that happened in the last couple of weeks since we've talked is, and this is going to sound stupid, John Oliver won the stamp contest, or the Bird of the Century contest.
Okay.
But he won it by like 200,000 votes, right?
Okay.
And he looked at everybody and he said, okay, if we can do this, why the fuck can't we do anything else? And it was a joke.
Right. Sure.
I mean, what the effort that he put out, I mean, he put like posters in New Zealand called Lord of the Wings, you know, and it was his here Pawtucky Tucky bird or whatnot. But that was the thing. But that was the whole exercise.
Right.
Of everybody around the world got together for a fucking joke. We can do that.
Right.
Why can't we get together and solve some shit?
Sure.
That's the big deal. And when I saw him say, he said something like that. He's like, "Can you believe it?" He's like, "We won by a fucking shitload." And it was funny because it was started out being kind of a joke, but it ended up being like really,
more of a message.
Yeah, in a weird way. And it still is a joke because they won Bird of the Century.
Right.
And they really can't. And everybody was fucking. But that's the thing. Is we don't have that cooperation, but we have it for trivial things, stupid shit. You know, and it's great that everybody got together and voted that fucking bird of the century. That's great.
Well, there's many things that I think. So I think that a part of the disposable world that we live in right now is, again, geared towards profits for the company making those items, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So we want you to throw it away when you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether we have an infrastructure to like take the valuables out of that, recycle the pieces and do all that, that would be great, but we don't. But it's like desalination, right?
Yeah.
Like it's known that desalination is much more affordable than it used to be, much less power consumption, right, than it used to be. There are countries that do this for their entire country, but we can't do it for California. They have to get their water from Colorado. What? So, but what's the reason they wouldn't do that? Well, how am I going to sell you a bottle of water for $2.79 if I have an endless ocean full of water that I could desalinate and make water with? It's now not a priority anymore.
Yeah. You take away some of those priorities. Yeah.
Yeah, so it all comes back to the same problem that's with politics, as we've talked about many, many times, the same problem with everything. It's the dollar.
It's the fucking almighty dollar.
That's right. Because I 100% believe politics could be 100% cleaned up within a 4-year cycle. If you got money out of it, you put term limits on people.
Done. No more fucking George Santos getting elected on fucking what?
Yeah, exactly.
Or Lauren Boebert's.
Yeah.
Shit like that. You wouldn't have these fucking crazy reality show stars trying to fucking...
Giving hand jobs at Beetlejuice.
Well, he was grabbing her titty, too. I mean, he had his hand all over it.
He's not the congressperson, though, for the, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but she didn't have to be a bitch because she got thrown out.
Yeah. Well, she shouldn't have been vaping. Yeah, that's about that. What originally caught their attention was she was vaping during a musical.
Beetlejuice.
During a musical, like a live theater presentation. What the fuck kind of person are you?
She was high or drunk.
Yeah, 100%. Probably both. Anyways, that's a digression.
And there we go. And we're at the end of Colossus. And Colossus is big. And it's been programming the show for 4 years now. So,
a little behind the scenes. I also call my penis the Forbin Project. Not Colossus. That seems a little too on the head. All right. But I think with that, you can catch us at dropculture.com. Hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, X. Just look for Drop Culture. Or you could shoot us an email at dropculturepodcast@gmail.com.
Reach out if you ever want to say hi.
Hi.
Hi. But anyway, Drop Culture.
All the places that I mentioned earlier.
100%. All right. Later, dudes.
Peace.